A field of 22 lined up for the Women's World Duathlon Championships and 13 for the Under-23 event in Pontevedra, northern Spain. Defending champion Marion Legrand, the pre-event favourite, although she did admit to not being 100% fit. So fascinating to see how this would play out on the narrow cobbled streets of this Spanish city. Decent crowds lining the route as well. And straight away it was Maria Varro of Spain, the 32-year-old, the European champion. She won that event in April, who was the pace setter. And as you can see, the field was split asunder very early. A brand new distance, 5 kilometres the first run, and then 30 Ks on the bike. And that would be made up of 5 equal laps. Varro away, Legrand also. She reckoned, the Frenchwoman, that the second run might be her undoing, with questions about her fitness. Question was, how many women would get away? And we soon knew the answer. Although Varro was first into the saddle, it wasn't long before they were ganging up behind her. And we then had a group of 7 that included Bazir of France, Boggiato and Laurent, 2 of the under-23 competitors, and also Priorone of Italy, the 33-year-old, who won the Italian national duathlon title last year. And they'd established a sizable and significant lead over the chasers. Even as early as the second lap, it was nearing a minute, that advantage. And in all truth, those in the chasing group never really looked like closing it. Just a question of whether any of these magnificent 7 at the front would fancy a little solo break, or whether they would be content to sit in and test their skills over the second 5K run. They crossed 2 different bridges over the Lérez River on their journey. Were a couple of occasions, Priorone, one of the women who maybe thought about trying to get away, but that break was covered very easily and very quickly. And after that, they kind of settled in and realised that it would all come down to the second run. Fascinating battle this. Varro was away first. Almost lost her way coming out of transition, but all's well that ends well. She loves to run from the front, the new European champion. Priorone was giving pursuit, though, right on the Spaniard's shoulder. It was a tremendous battle between these 2 women. At one stage, Varro got to within about 10 metres clear, but then close home, the Italian found another gear. A really gutsy display, this, from Priorone. And Varro, for once, had no answer. And in front of big crowds in the athletic stadium, it was the Italian who would come home to become the new women's duathlon world champion. Varro, a very respectable and gutsy second place, and a brilliant third for Camille Laurent, who would take the under-23 world championship, but good enough for bronze in the elite event for the 23-year-old. Stunning display from her. Crowd really enjoyed the thrilling finish that these women had provided. Laurent, top of the shop in the under-23s. Boggiato and Dupont for the minor medals. And then as far as the elite race was concerned, a brilliant race, a phenomenal finale. And Laurent will surely going to be hearing a lot more of her taking the bronze. Varro, very happy it seemed with the silver. And top of the shop, Giorgia Priorone from Italy, taking the gold. A lot of mutual respect between these women. Congratulations to that trio.